Hope and pray that every one of you must have a wonderful journey at the Tir Kadamba, where Rupa Goswami's Bhajan Kutir, and also so many transcendental pastimes happen. The Ashtakalya Leela happens between 6 a.m. to 8:24 a.m. So those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful today was Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamuna Sundari Mataji, I.V. Gautam, Sneha Mataji, Mulli Manohar, Parameshwari Devi Dasi, Girivardhari Prabhu, Shriya Devi Dasi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Sitala Priya Devi Dasi, Sachinandan Krishna Prabhu, Kasturi Manjari Devi Dasi, Leela Manjari Devi Dasi, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, their son Ramapana, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, Patit Pavan Prabhu, Parmanand Hari Prabhu, Nandan Priya Mataji, Sugandh Raj Prabhu, Anuradha, Aradhana Devi Dasi. Today we miss Prabhulanand Prabhu and his wife Sripad Lalita. Their daughter joined Akshata. Hanuman Prabhu. We miss Manani Mataji, Ravi Pipilia Prabhu, Saman Panchal Prabhu, Govinda Gita Devi Dasi, Vrajeshwari Priya Devi Dasi, Rupa Vilas Prabhu, Abhay Prabhu, Sarvatak Prabhu has gone to Bangladesh yesterday, so he won't be able to join. Amal Atman Prabhu, he is also visiting India, but he joined today. He is in Vrindavan. Rohit Mishra Prabhu, Saraswati Devi Dasi, Tulsi Priya from Houston and from College Station, Jai Govinda Prabhu, Rajendra Prabhu, Janki Khan Prabhu, Labanga Latika Mataji, Sumidhar Radha Devi Dasi, Devendra Krishna Prabhu, Devyan Sen Saloni, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodarati Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devi Dasi, Braj Vinod Prabhu. Now they went to India. And yes, they are not here. Nissan Sharma Prabhu was there at 1:47, I think he was there. Haribol. Priyanka Mataji, Prathamesh Prabhu. I didn't see Kalpataru Mataji from Naperville. Priya Kishori Devi Dasi, Raman Krishna Prabhu, Leela Mangla Devi Dasi, Radha Siva Devi Dasi, Murli Mohan Prabhu, Shakti Mata Devi Dasi, Sarva Shakti Devi Dasi, Sri Kumar Prabhu, Srikant Survase Prabhu, Srinivas Charan Prabhu, Sweti Prabhu, Vijay Krishna Prabhu, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Kamal Mukha Krishna Prabhu, Madhvi Gopi Mataji, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhe Mataji, Kanta Mataji, Vani Prabhu, Raja Ramdas Prabhu, Shankari Khor Devi Dasi, Krita Lakshan Prabhu joined today, 3:14 a.m. Haribol. Matangi Gopi Devi Dasi, Balaji Prabhu, Madan Mohan Kundu Prabhu, welcome back Prabhuji. Amit and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, Kamal Priya Mataji, Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu and Sukriti Devi didn't join today, I think. Kamini Priya Mataji, Sankarsan and Manjari, Sundari Leela Mataji, Sundarangi Devi Dasi from Dallas also joined, Rukmini Priya Devi Dasi, Sudhir Krishna Prabhu, Sakhi Saran Devi Dasi, Sarmista Sahi, Rasha Keda Prabhu, Anand Radhika Devi Dasi, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Harikatha Devi Dasi, Balram Prabhu, Jai Sachinandan Prabhu, Hemangini Chauhan. Today Pragya Nath Paul didn't join, and also Sumit Prabhu didn't join today. Haribol. Rati Prabhu, Kamlesh Dingra Mataji, Suchitra Devi Dasi, Sesa Kapoor Mataji, I don't know, Rashmi Mataji, yes, she joined today. Lekha Mataji, Thaneshwar Prabhu, Murli Gopal Prabhu, Arvind Prabhu and Priyanka Mataji, Rati Vilas Devi Dasi, Ashish Khanna Prabhu joined today, Nama Priya Devi Dasi, आनंद लीला देवी दासी, गदाधर चंद्र प्रभु, दिनेश प्रभु, गीता माता जी, रूपक he joined, रंगा देवी दासी, अभय मोहन प्रभु, संजय Sijapati, Sijapali, he joined today. Prasanna Visakha Devi Dasi, also Padma Sakhi Devi Dasi, and Pradeep Pandurang Dalve. Welcome, he is joining the first time. Hope and pray that he can join regularly. So let's hear the wonderful song before we will read from the Lagu Bhagavatamrita. Hari Krishna.
Murare, murare, kunj vihari, janabandhu.
Thank you very much. I had the page was ready, but somehow when this screen got changed, I missed it. So I have to go through again, I guess. Haribol, please. Krishna is teaching us the patience. I will get that book to this, so we don't have to waste the time. Why it's not loading up? Okay, here you go. Come on. Taking some time to load up. I thought that while the song was playing, I can have the tax rate displayed. So it was on my screen. But whenever Prabhu changed the screen or something, it just went off. So bear with me. Krishna is teaching us the patience. I'm scrolling the pages. I'll get the physical book, I guess. It's not gonna work like this. Okay, I'm on last text 7 that we read yesterday. So today we will be reading the text number 8. The greatest sages have accepted the authority of scriptural evidence, as we see from such aphorisms in the Vedanta Sutras as Shastra Yonivat commentary. It is not uncommon for someone to want to prove God's existence through logical argument. Quote, people cannot always fulfill their desires, and they often suffer troubles. But there is a supremely powerful being who can help them gain what they want and avoid what they don't want. That Supreme Lord makes things that finite persons like us are powerless to create, such as the earth and the living plants. When we worship that Lord, He destroys our miseries. Since the Vaisesikas and other philosophers establish His existence by logical proofs, it is not reasonable to reject interference as a means of knowing Him and to insist on using only Sabda Praman, unquote. Srila Rupa Goswami answered these suggestions unequivocally in this and the following verse. The gist of Srila Rupa's reply is that as followers of Srila Vyasadeva, we adhere to his opinion without compromise. We are not hesitant to disregard opinions that disagree with this. Sastra Univat is the third sutra of Vyasadeva Vedanta Sutras. Like most sutras of the Vedanta, this one expresses the resolutions of a logical discussion. In this case, there is a doubt as to whether one can achieve genuine meditations on the Supreme Lord by discovering Him through inference, or whether one can know Him only by referring to what is revealed in the scripture, like the Upanishad. Some thinkers, like the above mentioned Vaisasikas, propose that inference is adequate for gaining reliable knowledge of the Supreme Person. And they cite the Upanishads to support their stand. Atma va are drastvya hi shrotavyo mantavyo nididhyastibhyo maitreyi. Quote, indeed, Maitreyi, one should realize the Supreme Soul by hearing about Him, applying one's reasoning power to understand Him, and meditating deeply on Him. Vyasadeva rejects this hypothesis. However, in the statement, Sastro Univat, quote, no, the Supreme cannot be known by Anuman, because Shastra alone is the source of near knowledge about Him, unquote. Here, Shastra means scriptures like the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Purana spoken by Shukadeva, Bhagavan, which are all part of the Vedas. Yoni, which literally means womb, can also indicate source of knowledge, as it verified by the definition given by the Hemakosha dictionary. Yoni Karane Bhagwant Matya. Yoni means cause, womb, and copper. A member of the Upanishadic declaration corroborate Vasudeva's argument. Tamt anu panisadam purusham prichami. Quote, I'm asking about that person who is known by the Upanishad. Unquote. Nave davin manute tam brihantam. Quote, one who is ignorant of the Vedas cannot contemplate that Supreme Being. Those who try to prove God's existence by logic imagine that God, though not transcendent, is infinite in size and power, and endowed with eternal awareness, desire, and activity. Sometimes He inhabited His material body in the same way that the ghost inhabits the body of a person it haunts. When He has accomplished the purpose for which He accepted that body, He gives it up. The conception of the Supreme Person taught by the Upanishad, however, is quite different. God has complete and perfect knowledge, is full of bliss, and is endowed with all transcendental qualities, which are inseparable aspects of His infinite personality. He is perfectly situated in His own unique existence, distinct from the relative existence of all others. And He has limitless varieties of personal potencies. Although his transcendental form may sometimes appear to be the same size as ordinary creatures, he is actually all-pervading and boundless. He possesses transcendental and eternal abodes, pastimes, and associates. Vyasadeva, the greatest of sages and a dedicated student of the Upanishads, could not possibly accept this speculative view of God propounded by three empirical philosophers. For Vyasadeva and his descendants, only the Upanishads and their complementary Shastras are reliable evidence for understanding the absolute truth. Text number 9. It is obvious from Vedanta propositions such as Tarka Pratisthana that these sages have little respect for conjecture, commentary. An empiricist might point out that Srila Vyasadeva also accepts the Shruti statement stated in the commentary on the previous verse that, quote, the Supreme Person should be understood by using one's reason, unquote. Doesn't this mean that Vyasadeva recognized the adequacy of logic for understanding the Supreme? Vyasadeva specifically denies this in another sutra, Tarka Pratisthanat. Quote, no, conjecture is never conclusive. Vedanta Sutra 1.1.11. This sutra also believes a proposal of Sankhya philosophers presented through logical argument that material nature is the cause of creation and the Supreme Person is only a passive witness. Since human intelligence can adapt to many divergent points of view, inferential conjuncture never finally settles any questions. Certainly the absolute truth cannot be definitively ascertained by Tarka, as the Katha Upanishad 2.9 state, Naisa Tarkena Matir Apaneya Proktanaiva Shu Jnanaya Presta. Quote, my dear boy, this understanding cannot be reached by logical guesswork. It can be acquired only when an especially qualified authority speaketh to an intelligent inquirer, unquote. Although the word Tark is commonly used to refer to the whole system of logic, it also has a more specific technical meaning. In the logical system taught by Gautama Rishi and his followers, Tark is the conjecture that appropriately clarifies the facts of a situation. For example, when there is a doubt as to whether a certain mountain has fire on it, someone may hypothesize that there is no fire. That conjecture can be ruled out. However, by observing that smoke arises from the mountain, if there were no fire on the mountain, there would be no smoke there either. Thus, Tark is that the process of inference by which one examines possibilities and eliminates unreasonable ones. It is a useful technique in understanding ordinary matters, but far from adequate for understanding the absolute truth. But the logicians may still object that if a speculative logic is not a means of knowing the absolute, What is the supreme of the Upanishadic statement that the supreme should be understood by using one's reason? This logical reasoning referred to in the Bruhad Aranyaka Upanishad is based on the truth established by scriptural authority. Accepting the Vedic works of literature as our primary authority, we should use our intelligence to understand the meaning and application of their statements. In the words of the Mahabharata, Shuk, Sukska Tarkam Parityaja, Ashrayasva Shruti Smriti. Reject dry logic and take shelter of the Shrutis and Smritis. As follower of Srila Vyas, we take the Vedas as our primary authority, make use of logic in understanding the Vedic conclusion, and avoid ungrounded speculations. Text number 10. Now, by describing his various self-same forms one after another, I will show through appraisal of comparative excellence that Krishna is the most worshipable Supreme Lord. Commentary. Having validated the Praman, Srila Rupa Goswami now clarify the Premayas, objects of knowledge. The Laghu Bhagavatamrita will aim at identify the supremely worshipable personality of Godhead. The Supreme has many expansions, some of them his personal expansions and other his sparks, empowered with his perfections. But what is his original identity? That original Supreme must be superior to all his expansions in terms of potency, personal qualities, opulence, and pastimes. Srila Rupa Goswami will show in this book that the original personality of Godhead is Krishna, who is an infant drinks from the breast of his mother Yashoda. Text number 11. In his spiritual abodes beyond the material creation, he appeared in three kinds of forms, known as Swayam Rup, Tad Ekanta Rup, and Avesha. Commentary. How can the Supreme Truth have many different forms? Both Shruti and Smriti seem to deny this. Ekam eva vijityam. The Supreme is one without a second. Chandogya Upanishad 6 to 1. Vedanti tattva vedas tattvam yajnanam advayam. Learned transcendentalists know the absolute truth as conscious, devoid of duality. Bhagavatam 1 to 11. To answer this doubt, Srila Rupa Goswami begins his descriptions of the expansions of the Supreme Godhead, who, by his inconceivable energies, manifest himself in unlimited forms without abandoning his essential oneness. This capacity of the Supreme to be one and many is confirmed in many Vedic scriptures, including the Gopal Tapani Upanishad, which belongs to the Atharva Veda. It says, Eko vasi sarvagah Krishna idya, eko apisan bahudha yo vibhati. 2, 3 speaks of the Supreme Person as Ekaneka Swarupaya, you who have one identity and many. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47 calls him Bahumat Marti Ekamurtikam, the one who has many forms and only one form. He transforms himself without changing, like the mystical Vaidurya stone or like an expert magician. There is no incongruity between the statements, emphasizing his oneness and those highlighting his varieties. The three kind of form of the Supreme appear in the spiritual abode, which expand from his divine energy. Those abodes include Sri Gokul and the various Vaikuntharams. Text number 12. First, the Swayambhru, the form that does not depend on any other, is called Swayambhru. Commentary. In this definition of Swayambhru, the word Rupam means Swarupam, essential identity. Therefore, Swayam Rup indicate, quote, his own essential identity. The original form of the Supreme is called Swayam Rup because he is self-manifested. That is not derived from any other reality. He is, quote, his own essential identity, unquote. In the same way that an ascetic yogi, being independent of everyone else, is, quote, his own servant, unquote, Swayam Das. According to Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan, Srila Rupa Goswami has borrowed this concept of Swayam Rup from the phrase Ananya Siddham, not manifested from anything else, which appear in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:44-14. Gopyastapaha kim acharam yad amushya rupam lavanya sharam ashmordhavam ananya siddham dribbi pibanti anu savabhinavam durapam ekantadham yasasa shriya aishwarasya. What austerity must be the gopis have performed. With their eyes, they always drink the nectar of the Lord Krishna's self-manifested form, which is the essence of loveliness and cannot be equaled or surpassed. That loveliness is the only abode of beauty, fame, and opulence. It is ever fresh and extremely rare. The very idea of Anya, in parenthesis, being other than the Supreme, has meaning only in terms of his expanding himself in various ways, vices, through his inconceivable energies, not in terms of any divisions within himself. The essence of the Supreme is always undivided. So let's see text number 13. I think there is a long commentary. I don't think that we will be able to finish that. So I think we should stop here. We'll start at text number 13 tomorrow. So with those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever you come across, give them kind word that their life can also become successful and without any fear. With this thought, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavi who take so many austerities to get up early in the morning to join and give their kind supports to everyone from Aurora, Illinois, Cartondale, India, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Tempe, Phoenix, College Station, Austin, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Portland, Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, St. Louis, and New Delhi. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Also, Pitambar Priya Prabhu, Sumit Prabhu also joined, and also Sri Padlalita Devi also joined. Thank you very much. Looking forward, if Krishna so desire, to show tomorrow morning at 2 o'clock. And if you cannot join at 2, you can join at your convenient time. Have a very blissful day. Unless anybody has any question, comment, corrections, we'll end that. Um, Yesterday I worked really hard in my garden. I have so many plumeria that I got it from Hawaii. And every year we try to preserve it and put a lot of energy, and still we have been unsuccessful. I think couple of years we have some blooming, but normally it starts late because last year it was a really hard freeze. And by the time it start blooming, the winter sets in. So this year I was thinking that we should just cut the branches and put it in the soil and leave it uh, for the winter time, and then you can replant it. That's how they do. And we can cover it at the root in the ground with the mulch so it may survive. But my wife says, no, why can't we bring the whole plant inside? So I have big, like 50 gallons of pots, three of them. I dig it out with the roots and I have planted in the pots, and I have put down in my sunroom hoping that it may continue blooming. We will find out. They will get rooted or what happened. But it was really, really. And then I take the time. I said, okay, let's do the gardening. Then all the Tulsi Marani plant I have, I repotted them with the nice Miracle Grow. There is a special soil that come when you want to do the potting in the pot. That's a special soil. So went to the Lowe's and we got it 5-6 bags and repotted all the Tulsi plants and hope that they will survive. Yeah, I just take it out bare from the root and replant it, and that's how we do in the summer. My wife was telling me that we shouldn't do in a winter, but I felt impelled to do it. So we will see. Tulsi Maharani can be kind, and they will give their kind association. So with those thoughts, I think we should close our call and hope that too Krishna will allow us to join tomorrow morning. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Haribol, Danvat, Danvat. How was your trip, Prabhuji?
It's pretty good. And besides my business trip, I mean, we have international board meeting in Addis Ababa General Assembly, and I conducted a workshop all day. And then I went to Nairobi, and I went to the temple, ISKCON temple there. So I met the Sri Gauranga Prabhu, and I had a Bharati and Prasadam and good discussion.
Haribol, Haribol.
And in fact, in Nairobi, within a 4-mile radius, you have almost like a 14 different temples.
Oh,
14 different temples. Of course, ISKCON has one in Nairobi, two in, I forgot the coastal city.